Hello and welcome to a ZClassroom video on curve mode. In this video we're going to take a closer look at the curve mode on a particular brush. The curve mode can be found in our stroke palette. So now that I've opened my stroke palette, you can see with the standard brush selected, curve mode is not engaged. Curve mode can be turned on for any ZBrush 3D brush. So let's take a look at the specific brush, Curve Try Fill. So by clicking our B button, we can pull up our brushes. And since I want to look at the Curve Try Fill brush, I'm going to click the letter C, which ZBrush will only show brushes that start with a letter C. And you can see right here that my Curve Try Fill is here. So this is a lot easier to find. So I'm going to click on this. And what this brush is going to allow me to do is to draw out a curve. And when I'm done drawing out my curve, I instantly get geometry put on this sphere. So I want to use this particular brush to make a simple flower. So I'm on undo what I've just done, and underneath my transform palette, I'm going to turn the activate symmetry to Y. I'm going to turn my X off. I'm going to turn on radial, and you can see my count is 8. So what that'll do is give me 8 points of the exact brush to be drawn on my sphere. So let's draw out my first petal. So now that I've drawn out my first petal, you can see that ZBrush is going to make 8 petals based on the number in our radial count, which is the number 8. So what's really great about this brush is I can completely change these petals even after they've been drawn. So to know which was my initial drawing petal, we have an indicator in ZBrush that tells us with these 2 circles here at the bottom. You can see that no other stroke has that, and as I scroll over any other strokes, I can't engage in the curve mode. I can only engage in the curve mode with the original stroke. So this will allow me to start editing out my petal how I want it to look. And as you can see, it's editing all 8 of the exact same petal. So we have a really nice start. You may have also noticed that when I've scrolled over my curve and gone back to my document, I get 2 different brush icons. This is key when making adjustments. When I scroll over my curve itself, I'm actually engaging in the curve edit brush size. This can also be found in the stroke palette right here in my curve edit radius. So you can see this is set at 64. So to make this smaller, by scrolling over and engaging in the curve edit radius, I can click on the letter S and make this smaller. And what this will allow me to do is focus on smaller points of my petal. If I want to make bigger changes, then I click the letter S, go to a bigger radius, and start to make big adjustments as I'm doing here. When I scroll over into my document, we're back to our normal 3D brush. This is also going to be helpful for changing the thickness that we have in our petals. So you can see how thick my petal is, and I currently don't want it to be that thick. This is controlled by the draw size, which is currently set at 20. So I'm going to click the letter S, just as I've done to edit my curve, and make a smaller brush size, and then simply just click on my curve, and you can see that ZBrush is automatically going to update the thickness of my petal. So let's continue drawing more petals and finish off the start of our flower. So we can make some quick adjustments if there's something that we'd like to change, and now draw anywhere on my sphere and make another petal. So you can see I can quickly start drawing out several different petals, and remember to edit, always go back to the original curve, which is indicated by these 2 white circles at the bottom of the curve, to make any major edits that you'd like to make to the petals that are currently drawn out. You may have noticed that as I keep drawing out petals, every piece of mesh is masked off but the drawn out petal. This allows us to make edits without affecting our other petals. So it creates a very quick, excellent workflow to make, just for the few brush strokes, a very great start to our flower. And that is using the Curve Try Fill brush. I thank you for watching the video. Please continue to watch more ZClassroom videos on Pixologic.com.